Welcome, gents. Power is not always spoken, it's felt. In a world loud with attention seekers, real power lies in silence, precision, and presence. That's where Sigma males thrive. They don't shout to be seen. They walk into a room and people feel them. No gimmicks, no desperate energy, just quiet dominance. And it all starts with body language most never notice. This isn't about puffing your chest or forcing alpha postures. That's surface level. What we're diving into are 20 body language secrets, so sharp, so psychologically precise, that only the top 1% of intelligent Sigma males truly grasp and use them. These aren't tricks, they're tools of control, attraction, and silent leadership. Every room you enter is a social battlefield. People are watching, measuring, judging, even when they don't realize it. The question is, are you aware of what your body is saying? Most aren't. That's why they blend in, get overlooked, or mistaken for something they're not. But you're not most. This video is for the quiet ones who think deeply, move with intent, and don't chase the spotlight, but are ready to own it when necessary. If you're serious about mastering presence, commanding respect without saying a word, and turning your silence into strength, this is your blueprint. Watch closely, absorb fully, apply ruthlessly. Because once you understand these 11 body language secrets, you'll never walk into a room the same way again. Let's begin, gents. Number 1, the anti-reaction face. It's subtle, quiet, and deadly effective, and only the sharpest Sigma males know how to pull it off with precision. Here's the truth. Most people are constantly reacting. They laugh too hard at bad jokes, raise their eyebrows when they want approval, or force smiles to avoid tension. It's all noise, emotional static. And in a world filled with people trying to prove themselves through over-the-top reactions, the Sigma stands out by doing the exact opposite. He stays still. No flinching, no smirking, no exaggerated expressions, just to make others feel comfortable. His face is unreadable, emotionally neutral, and that alone makes people uncomfortable. Why? Because when people can't read your face, they can't predict your thoughts. And when they can't predict you, they respect you, or fear you, sometimes both. This kind of calm, blank expression doesn't mean you're cold. It means you're in control. You're not giving people free access to your emotional state. You're not letting them know when something gets under your skin or when they've impressed you. It creates mystery. It builds tension. It pulls attention toward you without you lifting a finger. The anti-reaction face is especially powerful in conversations. When someone tries to show off, insult you, or make you laugh for approval, and you just stare back with a calm, unreadable look. Game over, you've flipped the power dynamic. Now they're performing for you. They're wondering, did I say something wrong? Did I impress him? What's he thinking? You're in their head, rent-free. Master this one thing and people will automatically start adjusting themselves around you, not the other way around. Start practicing. Next time someone tries to provoke a reaction out of you, give them stillness. That's the Sigma way. That's silent dominance. And once you master this, the rest of the room becomes yours. Number 2, the tactical head tilt. This is one of those subtle moves that looks casual on the surface, but underneath it's pure psychological warfare. Here's what makes it so powerful. It's unexpected. Most people are used to eye contact being either aggressive, the alpha stare down, or soft and friendly. But the tactical head tilt lives in between. It's controlled, curious, and just unsettling enough to shift the energy in your favor. When a Sigma tilts his head slightly to the side while locking eye contact, he sends a message that most people feel, even if they can't explain it. It says, I see through the act. I'm not buying your front. I'm analyzing you. It's not confrontational, but it is dominant. It forces people to question themselves mid-sentence. Weaker men will start fidgeting. They'll break eye contact. They'll get nervous because they feel judged, like a spotlight's been put on them. And manipulators? They'll get confused, even frustrated, because they're used to being the ones who control the energy in a room. Not anymore. The secret here is subtlety. Don't exaggerate it, just a slight tilt, barely noticeable, but paired with steady, unblinking eye contact. That contrast is what creates the tension. It's like you're watching a scene play out that only you understand. That unreadable curiosity makes people feel exposed. The tactical head tilt also gives you an edge in negotiations, confrontations, and even casual conversations. It shows you're not intimidated, not easily fooled, and definitely not playing their game. You're observing, reading, hunting, Practice this in real life. Next time someone's trying to impress you, lie to you, or challenge you, tilt your head just a little. Say nothing. Let the silence and the stare do the heavy lifting. This is high-level Sigma presence. And once you master it, you won't need to speak much to dominate any room you walk into. Number 3, the lock and release gaze. This is quiet dominance in its purest form. It's not aggressive, it's not loud, but it sends a message that cuts deeper than any words ever could. Here's how it works, and why it's so powerful. When most people make eye contact, they either hold it too long and come off as confrontational, or they look away too fast and seem weak or uncertain. The Sigma, on the other hand, masters the perfect balance. He locks eyes with someone for just 2-3 seconds, just long enough to send a silent message. I see you, I've read you, I've already made my judgment. Then instead of snapping his head away like he's nervous or embarrassed, he looks away slowly with full control. That subtle, slow glance away creates a ripple effect of psychological tension. Why? Because it flips the script. In that short moment, you've established power without being rude. You've shown that you're not seeking approval or reacting emotionally. You're watching, analyzing, and moving on. And the person on the other end, they're left wondering what you just saw in them. That's where the magic lies. Most people crave approval, so when you withhold it through something as subtle as a glance, it triggers deep insecurity or curiosity. This move works especially well in conversations, first impressions, or social hierarchies. Whether you're in a meeting, at a party, or standing in a crowd, use the lock and release gaze strategically. Don't overdo it. One glance can say more than 5 sentences, just a few seconds of steady, calm eye contact, followed by that slow release. And you've silently told the room, I'm in control here. It's not about intimidation, it's about clarity and confidence. It shows that your focus is a gift, not something handed out freely. Master this gaze and people will think twice before underestimating you. Number 4, the deadpan smile. Isn't just a facial expression, it's a message, and it's not for everyone. This is a signature move of high-caliber Sigma males who understand the psychology of presence, power, and mystery. Let's break it down. Most people smile to seem friendly, to be liked, to fit in. They flash big, wide smiles that stretch across their faces, hoping to earn approval or ease tension. But the Sigma? He plays a different game. He smiles strategically, and only when it serves a purpose. This isn't the fake customer service grin, and it's definitely not the over-the-top attention-seeking smirk. The deadpan smile is subtle, lopsided, and calm. One corner of the mouth curves up, just slightly. The eyes? Still unreadable. No crinkles, no excitement, just a controlled expression that says, I see through this and I'm mildly amused. That's what makes it powerful. It leaves people guessing. Are you amused? Are you mocking them? Are you impressed? Nobody knows for sure, and that uncertainty puts you in the driver's seat. People get curious. They start trying harder to decode you, impress you, win you over. You've flipped the power dynamic without saying a single word. The deadpan smile is especially effective when someone's trying to intimidate you, brag, or act superior. Instead of reacting, you hit them with that slight, off-center smile. No words, just a calm look that says, you really think that worked? It's devastating in its simplicity. It also works well in flirtation. That mysterious half-smile with steady eye contact creates instant intrigue. It's charm with a hint of danger. You're not trying to be liked. You're letting people know you're in control of your energy. Mastering the deadpan smile takes practice. But once you get it right, you'll find that people lean in just to figure you out, and that's silent power, that's Sigma energy. Number 5, the asymmetrical lean is a body language move that screams effortless confidence without saying a single word. It's subtle, smooth, and when done right, it sends one loud message. I'm comfortable, I'm in control, and I don't need to try hard to dominate this space. Here's what makes it so powerful. When most people walk into a room, they either try too hard to stand tall and stiff like they're on display, or they slouch, shrink, and fade into the background. The Sigma male does neither. Instead, he leans just slightly against a wall, a doorway, a railing, a table. But here's the key. The lean is asymmetrical. That means it's not centered or rigid. One shoulder might drop slightly, one arm might rest loosely, one leg may bend or cross slightly over the other. It's casual, but calculated. The asymmetry shows that you're not performing for anyone. You're not trying to prove anything. You're relaxed, but grounded. Present, but untouchable. That calm posture makes people curious. Why is he so at ease? What does he know that the rest of us don't? And that's exactly the effect you want. Even more interesting, this lean shifts the social dynamics in your favor. Others stand straight and tense, burning energy to look confident. But you look like the person who doesn't need approval to exist in the room. That kind of ease is rare, and people can't help but notice. It's the same kind of posture you'd expect from someone who's been in high-pressure rooms before and crushed it. Someone who's not new to the game. Someone who owns their space without saying a thing. So the next time you're in a room, don't rush to the center. Find a spot. Lean, breathe, settle in. Let the room adjust to you. That's not laziness. That's quiet power. That's Sigma energy. Number 6. Minimal nod usage is one of the most underrated power moves in body language, but the top 1% of Sigma males use it like a silent weapon. While most people nod excessively to show agreement, connection, or friendliness, the Sigma does the opposite. He nods rarely, and when he does, it's slow, intentional, and deliberate. Think about it. In everyday conversation, people nod constantly. They nod to fill silence. They nod to seem polite. They nod even when they don't fully agree, just to keep things comfortable. But here's the truth. Excessive nodding is a subtle form of approval seeking. It's like saying, please like me, please don't misunderstand me. I agree with you. I'm not a threat. That's not Sigma energy. A Sigma male understands the power of restraint. He knows that nodding too much gives away control, so he stays still. He listens, watches, and holds back. And when he does nod just once and slowly, it lands with weight. It's like a silent judgment being passed. It doesn't say, I like what you said. It says, I've heard you. I've considered it. You may proceed. That one movement carries authority. The slow nod also forces people to lean in. It makes them wonder, did he agree? Was that approval or just acknowledgement? The uncertainty creates tension, and that's where the Sigma thrives. He doesn't over-explain. He doesn't perform emotions. He lets people sit in the silence and read between the lines. And the beauty of it, this kind of body language can completely shift how people treat you. They begin to talk with more care, listen with more focus, and often seek validation without even realizing it. Next time you're in a conversation, try it. Cut your nodding in half, then cut it again. Make each one count. Because when your approval becomes rare, it becomes valuable. And that's how you silently take control of any room. Number 7, strategic pauses before speaking. This is one of the most overlooked yet powerful tools in a Sigma male's arsenal. It's not about being slow, it's about being intentional. When you pause before you speak, even for just 1 or 2 seconds, it sends a clear message. I don't speak just to fill silence. I speak when I have something worth saying. Most people rush to talk. They jump into conversations, fill every gap, and talk over others, not because they have something important to say, but because they're uncomfortable with silence. But here's the thing. Silence is not weakness. In the hands of a Sigma, silence is control. That small pause before you respond after someone asks you a question or says something controversial does 2 things instantly. First, it makes people lean in, literally. They want to know what you're about to say because you didn't say it right away. You broke the rhythm they're used to. Second, it makes your words carry more weight. If you pause before you speak, your words sound more thought out, even if they're simple. It's the same technique used by great leaders, negotiators, and even high-level interrogators. That moment of stillness builds pressure, makes people curious, and shifts the energy in the room. It's the difference between reacting and responding. The Sigma male is never reactive. He's deliberate. He chooses his words, and everyone around him feels that. Strategic pauses also give you time to read the room. While others are too busy talking over each other, you're observing, calculating, and staying 3 steps ahead. Then when you do speak, it lands, it sticks. People remember it, not just because of what you said, but how you delivered it. Start practicing this. Before you answer, pause, breathe, think, then speak. Few do it, even fewer do it well. But the ones who master it, they own every room they walk into. Number 8, micro-expressions. Mastery is where Sigma males separate themselves from the pack. It's a skill so subtle most people don't even realize it's happening. But once you've developed it, you can read people like an open book. No exaggeration. This is what makes Sigmas feel uncannily aware, like they're always 5 steps ahead. So what are micro-expressions? They're tiny, split-second facial movements, about 1/25 of a second long, that flash across someone's face before they can control them. A twitch of the lip, a flicker of fear in the eyes, a quick grimace before a fake smile. Most people miss them completely because they're too focused on words. But a Sigma? He doesn't just listen. He watches closely. And here's the real magic. People can lie with words, but the face tells the truth. You might hear someone say, "I'm fine," but their micro-expression flashes a millisecond of sadness or anger or discomfort. That's the real answer, and the Sigma catches it instantly. That doesn't mean he calls it out. In fact, the power comes from staying silent. He files it away. He observes. He knows what's going on beneath the surface, even when everyone else is fooled. That's why people say Sigmas give off human lie detector energy. It's not a trick, it's trained awareness. This mastery gives the Sigma a massive edge in negotiations, relationships, leadership, and even confrontation. He's not reacting to the noise, he's responding to the truth behind the mask. That unnerves people. It makes them feel exposed, like they can't hide behind charm or fake confidence. If you want to build this skill, start watching faces, not just listening to words. Pay attention to micro movements when people talk about emotions, make promises, or shift topics. You'll be shocked at what you begin to notice. This isn't magic, it's precision. And once you master it, you won't just walk into a room, you'll own them quietly, completely. Number 9. The I see you microlook is one of the most subtle but deadly effective tools in a Sigma male's body language playbook. It's quick, it's quiet, and it hits like a punch wrapped in velvet. Here's how it works. You glance at someone, just for a second, not too long, just enough for them to know you saw them. You locked eyes, you acknowledged their presence, but then you looked away, calmly, back to whatever you were doing, your phone, your drink, your thoughts. No follow-up, no smile, no extra effort. Just that single glance that says everything. What does it say exactly? It says, I see you, I scanned you, I'm not impressed. It says, you exist, but you're not my focus. It says, I'm in my own world, and I don't need yours. And the crazy part, people feel it. They feel that silent shift in power. You didn't insult them, you didn't ignore them, you gave them a fraction of your attention, and then chose to withdraw it. That's dominance without aggression. That's hierarchy without noise. Most people are hungry for attention. They try hard to hold eye contact, to keep people engaged, to be liked. But the Sigma doesn't chase connection. He filters it. And that 1-second micro look is the filter. It separates those who crave validation from those who truly stand out. This move works especially well in high-energy environments, social gatherings, meetings, crowded rooms. While everyone else is fighting to be noticed, the Sigma's micro-look grants or withholds attention like a king handing out gold. Want to leave an impression without saying a word? Practice the micro-look. Make it smooth, make it brief, make it intentional. Because sometimes power doesn't come from being the loudest in the room, it comes from being the one who could give attention, but simply chooses not to. That's not arrogance, that's control, that's Sigma. That's number 10. Deliberate touches are one of the most under-the-radar tactics used by Sigma males and high-level communicators to subtly direct attention without ever asking for it. It's psychological, it's smooth, and it works, if you know how to use it. Most people fidget without thinking. They scratch their head, rub their hands, or adjust their clothes out of nervous habit. But the Sigma male, he does it with purpose. Every movement, every touch is calculated. It's not a tick, it's a message. Let's break it down. When you lightly touch your wrist, it draws attention to your watch, your veins, your pulse, your timing and presence. It gives off an energy of someone measuring the moment, someone precise. Touching a ring on your finger does something similar. It makes people notice it, even if they didn't before. That can signal wealth, commitment to something, or even mystery. A temple touch, that slow, thoughtful press to the side of your forehead, signals depth. It says, I'm thinking, I'm analyzing, I see what's really happening here. What most don't realize is that the human brain is wired to follow where others look and what they touch. So when a Sigma subtly touches certain areas during a conversation, it actually guides the other person's attention without saying a word. This isn't manipulation in a shady way, it's psychological leadership. You're directing the flow of perception while appearing calm and casual. Even better, these deliberate touches anchor your emotions. When you're calm and in control, those micro gestures become your signature. signals people start to associate with your presence, power, and thoughtfulness. This is the kind of mastery that makes people feel like you just have something about you. They can't explain it, but they're drawn in. That's not luck. That's precision. Start moving with intention, because when every little gesture is deliberate, every room you enter becomes your stage, and they won't even realize why they're watching you. Number 11. The decoding squint is one of the most subtle yet powerful moves in the Sigma Male's toolkit. It's not about being confrontational or aggressive. It's about sending a clear, non-verbal message that says, I see what you're doing here and it doesn't fool me. The next time you're in a conversation and someone is trying to sell you something, whether it's a half-baked idea, a blatant lie, or a forced attempt to impress, try this. Narrow your eyes ever so slightly. Not enough to look angry, but just enough to show you're focusing and analyzing what's being said. Why? Because this small, almost imperceptible gesture tells the person everything. It says, I'm listening, but I'm not swallowing your story. I'm reading between the lines. And if you're trying to hide something, I'm going to find it. The decoding squint exposes their insecurity without you saying a word. What makes this move so effective is that it operates on a subconscious level. People can't always put their finger on why they feel uncomfortable when you narrow your eyes at them. But it works. It's a signal that you're scrutinizing their every word and body movement. It's as if you're saying, you can try to play your game, but I know the rules. And suddenly they're the ones on edge, not you. The decoding squint also reveals their hidden vulnerabilities. When someone's not being authentic, their body language starts to betray them. Maybe they look away, shift in their seat, or falter in their speech. The Sigma male catches all of this, and the squint, it forces them to feel exposed. They know you're not easily fooled. The beauty of it, you don't need to speak, you don't need to call them out. Just the simple act of narrowing your eyes shows that you're in control of the situation, and they're not going to pull anything past you. Master this and you'll instantly stand out in any room as someone who sees beyond the surface. Mastering these 20 body language secrets isn't about becoming a puppet master or manipulating everyone around you. It's about control, not over others, but over yourself. It's about learning to move through life with quiet confidence, commanding attention without begging for it, and owning spaces without needing to dominate them. The truth is, the power you gain from understanding these techniques is subtle. It's not about showing off. It's about mastering your presence, your energy, and your perception of the world. When you move like this, think like this, and communicate like this, people can't help but notice. They can't help but adjust to you. And the best part, you don't have to force it. The Sigma male doesn't try to be the center of attention. He simply is. He knows when to speak, when to listen, and when to let his presence do all the talking. When you become aware of these body language techniques, you gain a superpower most people will never have, the ability to read, understand, and control the energy in any room. So remember, these aren't just tricks. They're signals of self-mastery, signals of someone who doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. It's the difference between fitting in and standing out. And if you want to master this, the first step is simple. Start practicing. Start noticing how people react to your movements, your posture, and your gaze. Test these body language secrets one by one. The more you do, the more natural they'll become. You don't need to change who you are to be extraordinary. You just need to reveal the best version of yourself. And these body language secrets will help you do exactly that. So take control. Step into your power. Because only 1% of people understand this. Now it's your turn to join them. Thank you for watching, gents, and God bless you.